You are one of the only Filipino identifying students at your school with over 1,000 people in a predominantly white town. Immigrating from the Philippines before your second birthday, you are aware of your differences from your peers both physically and internally. You are walking down the halls of a school that you, as someone who has always loved school, have grown to find comfort in when you hear the words illiterate immigrant directed towards you. Looking up, you see eyes on you. Students choking back laughs, faculty pretending not to hear. You reach out to your school's administration, expecting a welcoming and supportive ear only to be called a liar and an attention seeker. You are told that, if anything, it was just a joke and to have thicker skin. At the drop of a hat, you do not love school and you no longer find these hallways comforting. You must be thinking, this can't be true. How could the administration of a high school be so ignorant? How could someone feel comfortable saying these words to another human being? However, this was a reality that I had to face my junior year of high school that inspired me to work with the Equity and Justice Committee, as well as the superintendent of my school district, to put into place a diversity, equity, and inclusion coordinator throughout the district. Today, I will be discussing the difficulties that marginalized groups face in schools, how DEI coordinators bridge racially systemic gaps, and the importance of a united and safe community for all students to emphasize the necessity of having DEI coordinators in place. A marginalized group is described by the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services as groups and communities that experience discrimination and exclusion, either social, political, or economic, because of unequal power relationships across economic, political, and social cultural dimensions. The Virginia Department of Education describes the problems that marginalized students are faced with in education. They are vulnerable to stressors and at a higher risk for trauma. Long-term consequences include stress and anxiety, exclusion from groups, and low motivation in adulthood. Furthermore, there is a strong connection between high rates of suspension and expulsion and higher risk of poor school performance, increased dropout rates, as well as incarceration. Feeling as though they are unsafe and unwelcome in their school communities, these students oftentimes have higher truancy rates, preventing them from achieving success in their futures. Although some may claim that DEI coordinators are unnecessary and use funding that can be placed elsewhere, it is more important for all students to feel safe in a building that they are mandated by the government to be in 5 days a week. Clearly, school environments that do not allow for all types of students to feel welcome create issues in these students' lives long term. DEI coordinators do a lot in allowing for more comfortable and safe school environments for students that may feel out of place. For example, they research latest innovations in diversity, equity, and inclusion, gather data and make recommendations to the DEI officer, assist with planning of the DEI strategic plan, contribute to the advancement of the strategic plan, develop reports and presentations, coordinate meetings and events, and assist in the development of DEI training programs. I spoke with the faculty head of the Equity and Justice Committee at my old high school to discuss the work that our DEI coordinator has done since I have left the Plymouth Public School system. She states that staff at Plymouth North, the school that she currently works at, has been placed into extensive training in addressing not only blatant homophobia and racism, but also microaggressions. Oftentimes, these microaggressions are what slip under the radars of many faculty members simply because they have not been educated enough about them. From the targeted student's perspective, these can be the most hurtful, especially when their experience feels invalidated. However, with DEI coordinators implementing these plans and doing this work, they are able to educate school faculty and better equip them to handle situations that may make students from marginalized groups feel unsafe. With a better equipped and knowledgeable staff, schools can foster safe and welcoming learning environments for students of all colors, sexualities, and backgrounds. So we have focused on the bad and the ugly that DEI coordinators aim to remedy. However, it is also important to note the benefits of inclusion and diversity in the classroom. America University's School of Education has published a list that describes these benefits. Firstly, diversity improves cognitive skills and critical thinking. By offering other perspectives, students are able to explore how others that may be different from them also view the world. It also aids in preparing students for the workforce. Of course, regardless of the field that these students grow up to be in, they will be placed into environments with people of different backgrounds than them. Being placed into these environments at an early age while also being educated to learn that this is okay, allow for them to understand what to expect. Overall, every day, marginalized students are subjected to uneducated school environments across the nation. This may prevent them from getting a fair and unbiased education, placing them in tough situations in which they may be forced to choose between being subjected to this bias or to not attend school and lose vital and supplemental opportunities that are necessary for their development. DEI coordinators must be put into place into every school district across the nation to make sure that these students do not have to face these no-win situations, because it is important that every student, despite their differences, have the ability to love school and find comfort in their hallways. Thank you.